Good afternoon. This is VELCO Weather Hazards Heads Up number 2 for Tuesday's nor'easter. Very powerful nor'easter, which will be potentially record-setting, especially across coastal sections of New England. We're starting to see the makings of the area of low pressure pretty much as modeled, and the transfer from one area of low pressure to the next is starting to take in place. A lot of thunderstorm activity. And this is live lightning from Blitzer Tongue showing where the latest strikes are over the past about 3.2 seconds delay here. One area of thunderstorms off the Cape Hatteras area, and then further out to sea. This whole area is starting to gather a lot of steam right now and being verified nicely with some very strong thunderstorm activity out to sea. Okay, this is the 12Z model run. You can see where the heavier precipitation is with a second band, very much like the thunderstorm activity showing the lightning strikes. This is the area of low pressure in question. And these are 6-hour panels. This would be valid the next 6 hours tonight at about 7 o'clock. This would be valid 1 o'clock in the morning. You can see things are starting to wind up here, 984 millibars or even less. And a good swath of precipitation now from these thunderstorms that are curling around the area of low pressure out over the warm waters of the Gulf Stream. And 6 hours later, we're seeing that starting to move inland, and it's spinning away south of Nantucket. This would be valid about 7 o'clock in the morning on Tuesday. The swath of snow is now beginning to work its way across Vermont, tightening pressure gradient, most notably across southern and eastern sections of New England. Then 6 hours later at 1 o'clock in the afternoon, we're looking at that area of heavier snows rotating around the area of low pressure in the deformation zone. 6 hours later, we're looking at the 7 o'clock, 7 p.m. Tuesday evening precipitation. And you can see that some drier air is rotated around and is now effectively cut off the precipitation here with the deformation zone starting to fall apart, but still a very strong pressure gradient. This is valid 7 o'clock in the evening tomorrow evening on Tuesday. And then this would be 1 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday, 7 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday, and then finally things begin to move on out with a much more weakened low, only 998 millibars. So this is a storm system. It's going to be unprecedented because it makes a run, deepens its highest intensity here, and then makes a run out of here. In terms of wind, zooming in here, we can see the lowest pressure there, 977, and then 975 millibars, and actually it's about 974.4 millibars. This is approximately its peak. That would be 1 o'clock on Tuesday, just a little bit southwest of Nantucket as it does a bit of a loop-de-loop and then pulls away. And then you see 980 millibars and so forth. But the other thing to take a look at here is wind gusts that are getting in the range of some minor utility worries, mostly across the southeastern portion of Vermont, and looks like some channeling winds coming down the Champlain Valley, mostly south of the Burlington area into western Addison County and maybe the northwest corner of Rutland County. We might see wind gusts approaching 40 miles per hour here, approaching 40 miles per hour here, and this is at the same time when some pretty heavy snows will be taking place. So the likely result is we're looking at blizzard conditions. The hope is we don't get any power outages out of this. Right now it does look like it's fairly limited, but we're getting closer to the cusp, something we'll have to keep monitoring. So this is valid 1 o'clock on Wednesday, then we're to 7 o'clock in the morning on Wednesday morning, and the winds begin to calm down. Very cold temperatures as well at this point. A couple more features to look at. Here's total precipitation. This is how it begins to move in. We're looking at the totals here starting to move in, and some pretty heavy rainfall. We're talking in excess of 1.2 inches, 1.6 inches down across southern Vermont, and then that wraps northward a bit. And then you can see the storm is mostly done at this point in time. Okay, this is 6-hourly snowfall. So this is valid at 7 p.m. On Monday evening. We're looking at the snow just barely getting into Bennington and Windham counties, and then gradually spreading toward 1 o'clock into Rutland and Windsor counties. That continues to intensify. That's mainly going to be during the overnight early morning hours into 7 o'clock on Tuesday. And then by 1 o'clock, a pretty heavy snow band kind of rotates north. And then we start to see a weakening of that snow band and then it pulls away, and this is valid finally at about 7 o'clock on Wednesday evening. So we will see some residual snow shower activity, it does look like, as the storm departs. European model may be overdone here, but it does show that the jackpot snows through an area geographically with high population centers, Boston, Providence, and so forth. But for Vermont, well, pretty hefty snowfall totals. We're talking in excess probably of 10 inches. I think this is probably a little bit overdone and probably will become scaled back. Maximum snow total, though, 35.2 inches. 925 millibar temperatures here. Plenty cold. You can see the warmest temperatures are out to sea, southeast of Nantucket. And this is about as close as they're going to get. There's the curl, very nice over across Cape Cod. This would be the wet snow loading zone here, as slightly warmer temperatures at about 925 millibars. And you can see the progression here as temperatures begin to cool off and colder air moves in. So quite the storm here. This would be valid 1 o'clock on Tuesday morning, and then 7 o'clock. This is 1 o'clock in the afternoon. This is the 850 millibar temperatures, by the way. This is where your rain snow line is, basically, the 0-degree isotherm. So pretty cold stuff. Main wet snow loading area is definitely eastern portions of Massachusetts. And to take it a little bit further along here, all cold, all snow. Thanks for watching. Roger Hill, Wuthering Heights.